Hey, welcome back. I told you I was trying to get up a few videos from my 2024 October daily, and here is another one. Of course, we are starting out with some Tracy Reed Designs digital kits. I love being a hybrid scrapper. It allows me sometimes even to, when I have a few minutes, to put a page together, but if I don't have the time at my desk, I will then go put it together later. So I will link all of the kits that I got this below in. As I did, full transparency, I did this last year. I just recorded things. I never got them up on my channel, unfortunately. So here we are now. I'm just getting around to editing them. So I'm probably going to have to go dig into my files and figure out which kit these ones came from, and then I will link you to those below. Tracy did just come out with another fall album, and if you knew anything about me, that's where I fell in love with Tracy Reed Designs, is her fall albums. Her plaids are top freaking notch. I'm obsessed, and as you can see, I'm pretty much always using her plaids in my October daily. You can go back over the years of my October daily, and her plaids are always in there. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using that plaid, but I am trying to not make it so in your face plaid. I don't want to cover it up with another like mat it with a solid. So a vellum is the way to go, guys. Vellum is amazing. The only bad thing about vellum is that you can see all of the adhesive, of course. But because this vellum is mostly going to be behind all of my pictures, I don't have to worry about that. So there are ways to hide, vellum or adhesive on vellum pretty easily. Sometimes I just make like a flap, kind of like you see there, and then wrap it behind my project. Again, today I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, definitely search, because there are different ways to adhere your vellum. Also, like, just adhering it behind another element, I guess I would say, is always the best way also. All right, so we are cutting down our images. These images are definitely not 3x4s. I think they're like 2.5x3s about there. Again, guys, did this a little bit longer ago, so I am matting them on white though, just to get them to pop. I did want that white matte, and then totally forgot and chopped it off. I do that probably 95% of the time, but you know what? I don't mind as a hybrid scrapper doing that, honestly, because it does give a little bit of dimension to my spreads here. All right, so this is just a story about going to pick out our pumpkins. Honestly, we just ran down to a little pumpkin patch at the kind of like at the end of our road one night, because we were running out of time to get our pumpkins. And I use this little pumpkin patch for photo sessions, as I'm a photographer. And so a lot of the times I do like to support this pumpkin patch when they get their pumpkins out, as they allow me to use their facilities for free. So I will pile up on the pumpkins for around my house. Actually, I think we're probably going to go tomorrow and get our pumpkins from this place again. And honestly, they have great prices. So here he is. He takes quite a long time to pick his pumpkin. I don't know exactly what he's ever looking for, but he does. So I just allowed him to do that. I did use my silhouette to cut most of my elements today. As you've seen in my last video, I did do a lot of fussy cutting today, not so much fussy cutting. But I love the way that these elements are so bright. You would never know that I just printed all of these right off of my own printer, guys. And I just have an HP printer. I print them on matte photo paper so that it doesn't have that, shininess of photo paper pretty much. I will tell you though that when you use a photo paper like this, any type of like glue adhesive you get on it will stick pretty darn quickly, especially, and then it is hard to get it off because this paper is built to absorb, because it wants to absorb that ink. It wants to absorb anything that the printer is putting down on it. So you've seen me, I probably got some adhesive, maybe it was even an adhesive from the Silhouette mat, and had to use my adhesive eraser. And a lot of times, even when I do that, it pulls the paper back up, because like I said, you have to do that pretty tough. So, all right, I'm just making clusters around these images. Again, that's not my strong point, but also I feel like when I can do it digitally and play around with it a lot more, and change the sizes of my things, it really works to my benefit. So I've been getting a lot better at clusters lately because of that. All right, we're just going to work on my tag. Again, we're just going to be stamping with this typewriter font from L Studio. I can't remember what this is, but honestly, it's a very old one. I haven't bought scrapbooking stamps in quite some time, like font stamps, because I have tons. And I mean, just how many do you need? I mean, we all need more, but especially when, you know, Carrie Bradford puts them out. Her fonts are always so amazing. But this one is just a typewriter font. So if you just have one in your stash, that's good enough. We don't need 14 different typewriter ones, you know. But this one is from L Studio. Again, I doubt you can link it. I will link to one that maybe I can find that's newer. But most likely you won't be able to find this one. All right, got that done. I do think I also forget my day on this one. I might go back later and do that, but I do think I date it down here on this label that's down here. That's one great thing about Tracy's kits. I'm telling you guys, so many elements, so many good things. Oh, we don't want that that hole to be naked, so we are putting a bit of just like jute twine in there. Love this. Love how it gives it a lot of texture. All right, guys, so that is going to wrap that one up. Look at this. We are getting through some October Daily and getting this album more and more complete, as it is pretty bare. All right, I will see you in the next one. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you later.